In video 1, we explored the oxytocin rinse practice and how we can activate a flush of healing oxytocin in our bodies through conscious touch. And for Sophie and I, activating this healing flush of oxytocin was a really important of our health recovery journeys. Another challenge we had on the road to health was our thoughts that would come up as a result of illness. Thoughts that are really natural to experience when you're suffering with chronic health problems, like, I'm going to be ill forever. Am I ever going to get better? I'm so angry and frustrated with my body. What should I do to get better? Am I going to get better? If I do this, I'm going to feel awful later. Or what if I do feel awful later? And all those kind of thoughts. Just imagine for a moment who you could be without any of those illness-related thoughts. Well, the practice we're going to explore today is a way that we can start to drop some of those thoughts and still make sensible decisions about our health in the moment. I know for me that being able to realise that I was more than my thoughts, I was more than my symptoms, even more than my body, and access a more sort of sky-like potential of my mind was a key part of my healing journey, so that the mind can become more of a resource and an ally on the healing journey rather than one that is holding us back. The other ways our minds might hold us back is if we're locked into old patterns of behaviour, maybe conditioned ways of being, because as children we felt we only got love if we achieved or we helped others, or we were brought up in a family where it was so important not to have conflict, keep the peace at all costs. So we can learn particular behaviour patterns, but those behaviour patterns can be part of what leads to chronic illness and also what perpetuates it once we are unwell. So that the tool we're going to use today can be used to address these kind of patterns. And for the purpose of today, we're just going to focus on the symptom and illness-related patterns. So I invite you now to close your eyes and get into a comfortable position. And notice your breath, notice your body for a moment, how you are in this moment. Notice the quality of your mind in this moment. Notice the kind of thoughts that are present. Now, are there any thoughts present around symptoms and illness in this moment that are bothering you? Or you could choose a thought pattern you run often. It could be, I'm never going to get well. It could be, if I do this morning, I'm going to feel awful later. It could be, I'm so angry with my body, I just want these symptoms to just go away. So just choosing whatever thought pattern is most present for you now, or comes up regularly for you. Be aware of the thought. Be aware of how you feel in your body when you have that thought. Be aware if there's also a feeling connected with the thought and where you feel it in your body. Maybe a constriction in the chest, maybe a tightness in the diaphragm, maybe a feeling in the belly. Just noticing it and then saying out loud. For step 2, pause. And we're going to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or feel free to put your hand where you're aware of the part of you that resides that's having that thought. So choosing to pause just for now. Notice your breath. Send a smile through your body. Create a bit of space around that thought. For a moment, you could put one hand on your forehead to help activate the prefrontal cortex part of the brain that is rewirable. And this part is also connected to the observer and the witness consciousness that you might have heard about in meditation. So creating a bit more space around the thought and the feeling in the body that goes with it. And then we're going to go a little bit deeper with step 3, which is opening ourselves to self-compassion. So putting your hands over your heart area. Allow your heart to expand now. See if you can feel any sense of spaciousness in your heart now. Send a smile through your body. Allow the energy in your heart now to expand through your whole body and maybe even around your physical body. You could imagining that you're entering your most future, well, loving, wise, potential self. Most strong, resourceful you. Smile to yourself as you go into that experience now. And then from this bigger you, imagining that you're turning back towards yourself in the first position in step 1, and you are supporting and resourcing yourself. I invite you now to hug yourself and to actually stroke your upper arms. This can also help with the rewiring of your brain. Smile to yourself as you do this now. And if any words come up for yourself in step 1, the part of you in step 1, you might say things like, you can do this. You're going to get better. I believe in you. Or simply, I see you. I love you. You're really empathizing with how hard it is and allowing yourself to release any emotion that might be there. It's okay for emotion to come up in this practice. And then take a moment to embody a new possibility. Maybe you're already feeling more resourced as a result of this practice. If so, notice how you're feeling. Maybe there's more energy. Maybe there's more trust. Maybe there's more peace. Maybe there's more joy. Allow yourself to really go into that experience if you're feeling it. And if you're not, choose a feeling that you want to have. It's perhaps the opposite of where you started. And remember a time in the past where you felt this way. Keeping your eyes closed, just really allow your mind to go back there now. Feel what you feel, see what you see, hear what you see, hear what you hear in this memory now. Really go into that experience, the sensory experience of being in this state. Smile to yourself as you enter it deeply and expand it through your whole body now. And then imagine yourself now moving forwards in this more resourceful way. Imagining how you'll feel on the ups and downs of your journey to fuller and more vibrant health. Smiling to yourself as you imagine moving forwards in this new way now. And allow yourself to get to the point where you are feeling so resourced and so healthy. And however long that feels reasonable to you, maybe it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, maybe longer. Allow yourself to really go there. What am I feeling? What am I seeing? What am I hearing? Who's in my life? What am I doing? Allow yourself to really go into that experience now of your future well self, your future potential. Smile to yourself as you make it the best possible future you could possibly imagine. The most joyous moment you can possibly imagine. Allow yourself to go there now. And then bring yourself back to the present moment, bringing back some of those good feelings with you into the here and now, smiling to yourself, opening your eyes, maybe having a little stretch, maybe a little yawn, maybe a little shake, coming back into the here and now. So this practice is about helping us to calm our minds and tap into the vast potential we have in our minds. The vast potential for stillness, for peace, for ease, for space, so that our minds can become a resource and ally on our healing journey. And in the next video with Sophie, we will be exploring how we can work with our emotions in a more embodied, deeper way, and how we can allow emotions to flow as energy through the body rather than as stories in the mind. Our body contains so much wisdom for how to process and deal with emotions, and we'll be exploring this in more depth tomorrow. And this can be the emotions that arise as a result of illness, or even starting to touch into and release any suppressed emotions, which sometimes can be a contributing factor for illness, which I know for Sophie and I was a big piece of it. And in terms of today's practice, remember that you can download the self-care sheet to go deeper with it and to help you integrate this practice into your life. As the more you practice this tool and all the tools we're introducing, the more results and benefits you're going to get from them. So make sure you download that now.